Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chef Pam and this is Chef and More. And today we are going to be making pancakes. Yes, pancakes. Banana nut pancakes. Nice and fluffy, yes. And if you want to learn how to make all kind of food and dishes homemade the easy and simple way, just subscribe and hit that bell. You'll always get my videos and you'll also get notified. We're going to get started right now. Okay guys, let's get started with our ingredients. We have about 2 cups of water here, and we have bananas, melted butter. This is 2 eggs we will be putting in there. And we have cinnamon. Also, we have some chopped walnuts and some baking powder. And we're going to be adding all of this to our flour. Also, the butter is actually salted butter, so we won't need any extra salt. So the first thing we need to do is get our bananas ready. We need to get them peeled and smashed. And I like to break them up a little bit first. Makes it a little easier when you're smashing them. And you know, if you can blend them or smash them any kind of way, you just want to get them smashed. It's easier to blend. I'm actually going to be using a hand mixer with this, so I could actually just put them in there, but I find it's a little bit easier if they're mashed up like this. So we have both of our bananas mashed up. And to this, we're going to add our baking powder. And it really doesn't matter what order you add these ingredients in, not for pancakes. Now that's about a tablespoon of baking powder. And this is self-rising flour I'm using. Not all purpose, but self-rising. Now I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I love the flavor of cinnamon in my pancakes. So now that we have our dry ingredients, I'm going to just combine these, just kind of whisk them together so that they will all be blended together real nicely. Okay, so now after we get all that mixed up, the next thing we want to do is put in our bananas. And like I said, guys, I'm going to use a hand mixer. You can mix this by hand, but I'm going to save a little time today and go ahead and blend it up with my actual hand mixer. And add in your melted butter. That's about 1/3 cup of melted butter. And then we're going to add in 2 eggs. Now guys, I like to crack my eggs in something else first because I have cracked open a bad egg before. And if you put that directly into your batter, no matter what you're making, you're going to have to start over. So I always crack my eggs first in a different container. Now we're just going to get this mixed up. First, I'm going to blend it up really well before adding any water because we already have a little liquid in there. That's from the butter and the eggs. Now, when adding the water, I have 2 cups here. I probably will use the whole 2 cups of water, but sometimes, depending on how much flour you have, you may need a little less. Now, I actually have 2.5 cups of flour. This is self-rising flour. So I'm going to probably need all 2 cups of water. And again, add your water in just a little bit at a time. You have to get it to that good pancake batter consistency. But if you put all your water in at once, then you're going to need to add more flour. And if you do that, then you might need to add more cinnamon, more butter, another egg, so forth and so on. Oops, I forgot the sugar. Blooper! Yep. I actually forgot the sugar, and it's a good thing we're making pancakes because if this was a regular cake, I would have needed to put that in there. Yep, I forgot the sugar. I'm always getting a blooper or 2 in there. So guys, now we have it all mixed up, and you just want to make sure that it's nice and fully combined. You don't have any lumps in there. You do want a smooth batter. So just make sure you add enough water and keep mixing until you get that smooth batter. Then we're just going to add our walnuts. Now, if you have a nut allergy, there I go again, a nut allergy. If you have a nut allergy, you can just simply leave them out and just have bananas. Also, you can add as many or as few walnuts as you like. Now, these are kind of chunky walnuts, but that's because I like a little bite in my pancake. You can surely crunch them up more. We're going to get on over to our stove now. I have a stainless steel pan that I'm using this morning. I like that as opposed to my cast iron that I normally use. We're just going to put about a tablespoon or two into our skillet and get it nice and hot. We want it on medium high before we ever put any pancake batter into the skillet. So we want to make sure that that's nice and hot before we start. Now guys, one thing, you don't need to move your vessel that you have your pancake mix in all around. Just hold it steady and pour it in. As you can see, it's spreading into that circle. It will spread into the circle all by itself. Just hold it directly over the middle or as close to the middle of the skillet as you can. I'm going to grab a spatula now and let's pour it in. You don't need to move it around and try to actually make a circle. It'll make a circle on its own. Now, as you can see, it's starting to rise. You want to let it rise, and you can see bubbles forming on the top there. Once you see those bubbles, it's time to make that flip. And guys, flip the pancake away from you just in case it splatters. Now the edges always run out a little bit. Take your spatula and go all the way around your pancake and push them in. That's going to help lift the pancake up, and it's going to give it that sort of perfect looking circle that we all like to see when we have our pancakes. So I'm just going to show you a different angle here right quick. Same thing, it's just a different angle looking at the pancakes. And guys, guess what? We are all done banging those banana nut pancakes out. Yes, look at that. They are nice and fluffy, and I cannot wait. Yummy. Look at those. And yes, they're all different sizes because that's about the amount of batter that I had. Now this is really only half my batter. I'm gonna put the other half in the refrigerator. And guys, you see that syrup? That's brown sugar cinnamon syrup. Keep an eye out. I'll be putting that video up soon so you can see how to make your own syrup because it is delicious on these pancakes. Yes. And guys, if you like these how-to videos, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments, share the video out, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, I've got a link to my Patreon page in the description. I would love it if you guys would support me over there too. This has been a wonderful thing. Thank you so much for stopping in, hanging out, and cooking with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you guys next time.